Deep Dive with David Stendahl, where we trade without ego, no emotion, no greed, and no opinion. Before we begin tonight's video blog, please read over our trading disclaimer and remember to trade smart and accept the reality that trading futures is risky. This presentation does not provide buy-sell recommendations, and our information is strictly provided for educational purposes only. As always, trade at your own risk and analysis. Hey there, it's David Stendahl with tonight's Deep Dive. It is January 28th, 2019, and because there's a lot of volatility in crude and actually a lot of the energy markets, I thought I'd focus on it. So here we have crude oil. The ETF on the short side is SCO. You can see that we have a mixed bag when it comes to the trends here. That's what this little asterisk is pointing towards. We have a positive technical rating, but that is in jeopardy right now. We have nothing showing up on the seasonals, and this will be important because this one I'm going to focus a little bit here today. Now, when it comes to some of the other pro alerts and things of that nature, recently, we had a doubt high, which was an opportunity to start taking some profits for any long positions, and this was two trading days ago, so that was obviously last week. And where we stand right now is that we're actually short crude oil, but a lot of that was established today, where we have a short, another short, and a third short. So we got 3 short positions and 2 long positions. So net we're short, but we have a lot of positions that are out there that are hedging and protecting themselves with some intraday. We got some weekly systems, and we got some pattern based, we got some swing based. So there's a lot of things that are taking place here, and so there's a mixed bag that's actually going on here with crude oil. So let's take a look at the nice trend to the downside, the little pop that occurred. We had some recent action here with just 2 days ago looking for a small little reversal take place. Now, we broke above the 50-day moving average, and with today's action, we just simply came back down to it. We're now sitting on this modest little support level right through here. You can see if I track that all the way across, it's basically tracking with that of the 50-day moving average. Should we break that, then we've got a nice little fall down here to 42.66. This level right through here is at 52.9. Actually 50.59. That's what this represents right here as far as the support to the market. So what do we think is going to take place? Obviously, with a lot of the different markets, we had crude oil down almost 3%, RBOB down considerably, heating oil and natural gas. There was a lot of movement today, so there'll probably be a little bit of a recovery tomorrow. And so if we just simply look at crude oil, just the fact that it's come down, perhaps we do a little bit of testing here with the 50-day moving average and that support level that I was referring to. So we'll see what happens with our short positions. But as I mentioned, we have a number of positions that are out there, 3 short, 2 long, net short 1 position. So with that, and what I'm explaining here is that we have a lot of things that are taking place with a lot of systems. It would not be uncommon in this kind of a scenario with the fact that we are at a support level and we get some type of reversal, that we could see that the systems do an about face and start to establish some long positions in the next couple of weeks or so. So let's go back to the website, and this will give us a better idea as to what's taking place. This is our seasonal opportunity monthly breakdown. The way you find that is you come to charts, seasonal overview. I'm gonna have to do it this way. Seasonal overview to come down to monthly breakdown. You can see that we have a lot of seasonal charts. And so what you would get then is a breakdown for all the different months, just to give you an idea as to whether or not there's some movement that is a potential for a particular market in a particular month. So this is looking now, obviously, we're in late January, looking at February, so next month, and you can see that there's a lot of action that's going to go on with crude oil, RBOB, and London gas oil. Not so much in natural gas, but it just isn't showing up so much right now. And so this is a great way to get a feel for other markets, cotton, copper, zinc, depending upon what you might trade. If it's on this list, if it's pointed to the right, it's bullish. If it's pointing to the left like the interest rates, it's bearish. And so it's a really good idea to get ahead of the game and look at what's going to happen next month, potentially happen. And so it kind of prepares you for what is theoretically going to be out there. If we actually take a look at, in this case, crude oil, we get a 5-year and a 10-year. The 10-year might be a little bit better here. You can see that we're expecting some gyrations coming into the beginning of February. We should expect some type of maybe a little bit of a sell-off, which is typically what we see in crude oil. But once we get past that bullish stance that we were talking about all the way through into the latter part, mid first week of March, maybe a little more sell-off, and then up and away until early part of May, maybe late April or so. So what you want to be doing is planning for this. So our systems as they stand with that 50-day moving average and kind of sitting on that support level, and the fact that the systems are short, just a few more days and we could theoretically get that sell-off, but it would be a quick reversal for a nice bullish trend up until the end of April and into May period. And that's just on the 10-year charts. The 5-year charts, you can see that it's a little more volatile, not as pronounced, but it also doesn't have as much information. So because of that, I choose to look at the 10-year just to get an idea as to what could be happening here. So I think our systems, for the most part, are playing out this potential little sell-off. It could be a little bit early. No one says that it's going to happen exactly on February 1st or from that side, but we are expecting perhaps a little bit of a sell-off before some type of a rally, and so our systems are playing that up. We'll see how things kind of play out here, but do watch specifically the opportunity monthly breakdown, where you can skip ahead to any of these other months just to get a feel for what is potential and which market should I be focusing on. So with crude oil, the fact that we have a lot of positions out there, 5 systems are trading on different time frames and different trading styles. It all just kind of funnels down to what is it doing? Well, net it is short, and I would suspect that until we get into that seasonal trend, the one that this is pointing at right through here with the seasonal opportunities, that's what that represents, 20, or let's call it 21. It means that there's a lot of opportunity. The higher the number, the greater the opportunity for that particular month. And so when we see those types of conditions, we're already starting to think, okay, we should be looking at this thing from the long side. Let's look for opportunities. Let's watch the systems. They're going to dictate what actually does take place here. So watch in the coming 10 days or so and see as whether or not this opportunity that is being set up here on the seasonal tendencies, let's see as to whether or not that actually does take place, and that short-term little pop to the downside, let's see if we're able to hold support here in the coming between now and the next 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, and see as to whether or not there's money to be made on that side. So I'm giving you a perspective on the short term and what I would term to be the longer term perspective, and that's what this seasonal trading breakdown by month actually represents. So it's a great thing to look at and really prepare you for other individual markets that you might have some interest in. We will take a look at some more markets tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.